What is up, YouTube? This is Ford Striker, and today I'm going to be talking about what our thoughts are going to be for the next ban list that we're having, since OCG already have it. Before I do, I do want to wish a late happy Merry Christmas. I'm sorry I haven't been able to go ahead and explain that. We've been busy for the year. I've been with my dad's. I'm going to be going with him again this weekend for New Year's. Right now I'm wearing my Captain America shirt my mom got me for Christmas. Of course, I'm not really a Captain America fan, but she bought me because America. And I am a Spider-Man fan. But I do want to talk about today about what will be for the ban list for TCG. Now, we know for the fact by next year we're going to be having up newest decks. So by January, we will be getting up our Pendulum Domination structure deck of the DDDs. And they're going to be decimating everything. But not only just that deck, but the one deck that's going to make things more, that make Dragon Rulers and Pepes just fuck each other and start fucking us. And that deck, my friends, is going to be the Zodiacs. And with that deck coming out, not even emergency ban list got hit. So what we need to know is what's this ban list going to be like for our next set. So that by the start of the year. And we don't know if the ban list is out yet. So in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and see what is going to be hit. So basically, here are my suggestions of why should be this card get hit or come back or whichever. Now, to get these things off, I do have my own tournament ban list, but maybe this could help me a little bit to see what I have. So, obviously, I do want to go ahead and know that we are not going to see Cosmo cards going to be hit, so since they're not being playable and they're kind of dying off of the game, so we could just ignore them. Now, we do want to go ahead and hit off some burn cards, so we do want to go ahead and get rid of Magical Explosion, because we can't have burn and keep going up for the game. Also, for another fact, is that we do need to go ahead and see Cypherine Lord Omega possibly get hit to 0. My reason is because even when people leave it even to 1, the truth was Omega is just still a busted card, especially when decks like Dark Synchros were basically going ahead and just decimating everything, and then you just use it with Crystal Wing, and it's just too much, man. Honestly, Omega is just too much of a busted card for today's game. Yeah, it gets your advantage, but the truth is he's a tricky guy to get rid of, and he's very annoying. So technically, I don't want him at a 1. We gotta hit him. Now, we all know for the back, speaking of Dark Synchros, Level Eater will probably be the one card getting hit. And unfortunately, it may be true because Level Eater just keeps busting up and just keep doing all the plays, especially in Dark Synchros. And thanks to that deck, they're really going to hit Level Eater. And people didn't even know this card was so busted until now. But then if you think about it, this card has always been busted since the day that card with Quick Draw has always been reasonable. And I never had a complaint about it. It's just been sad, though, and I really don't want Level Eater to get hit, but sadly, it will possibly get hit to 0. In my choice, I would just leave it to 1 because that way, hard a card to get through, but at the same time, doesn't get hit, and you can still live if you make it through. Of course, there's still some cards that can possibly make a comeback, and maybe not. I know others may want to go ahead and hit Dark Law, so I definitely do not want him to get banned, so I really want Dark Law to stay at 1. And if you, like I did in this list, so, you know, put Stratos to 1, Shadow Mist to 1 or 2, and then put Dark Law to 1, because I do not want Dark Law to get banned, and that's just sad. And I know it's really a dumb card, and to be played, but it's really, I really don't want that. If you do want to make make it easy, the best way you want to do is you may want to ban Mass Change 2. Now, if you think about it, I know Mass Change 2 could be good at 1, but then it still could be pretty dumb to be useful. I mean, other than Mermails and other decks that can use Acid to block over the back row, Dark Law is mostly a very dangerous threat to the game as well, but that's what I'm saying. Dark Law should not be hit, though. It can be a safe card if you know how to use it right, instead of just abusing it for power, but that's how every player is. But I'm saying, though, don't use Smash Chain 2, because not only that, it can also give you a possibility to help other decks. Especially when you discard a card, they can still go get their graveyard effects off, and it's just really irritating. So I would technically go ahead and just leave Dark Lord to 1, ban Mass Chains 2. You could put Shadow Mist to 2 if you want. I think it would not be a big issue. You put Hero Lives to 1, because that way you don't have to abuse their effect, and then you put Stratos to 1. But if you want to leave Shadow Mist to 1, I am not going to complain about that. That's fine, because that way, it'd be more fancy. You leave your emergency call alone, or at least at 2, not a big issue. That way we can be more fair to the heroes. Now, of course, for the fact is, we also have some other decks that can also be very useful. Also, for the fact is, we also need to bring back Evil Swarm Excitonite, because we do need his help. We also should bring back Construct, because the truth is, Construct really makes the game really well, since Shaddolls are not being a big thing and Shaddol trains are just taking over, which I kind of like it. We should also bring back, Gateway the 6, so starting at 1, because nobody really wants to play at 3. It's too cloggy and it's more useful. We could banish Macrocosmos and semi-limited D-Fissure. That way, things are more balanced and no card can get hit. Also, another thing we can also bring back will possibly Upstart Goblin at 3. I know that people will be thinking why, because, truth is, Upstart Goblin's been a great card, and because of Patrick Colvin, he kind of fucked things up. If not 1, maybe 2. Let's see how that works. So we take it one step at a time. Also, bring back Cares and Mighty to 1 and see how that works, because Windups are not being a deck anymore. But what we can do is hit Hunter, because we know Windup Hunter is just too much of a stupid card. But if you, just see how it goes. I mean, it's not much of an idea to say this for now, but also I know a lot of people are going to say Anti-Spell Fragment should be hit to 1. But my recent theory is I do not want this card to hit to 1 is because we found out also, for those who don't know, is that you can, as Magic Specters do Contact Fuse, turns out when they're face down, even with a Quaking Mirror Force or a, God, I always forget that freaking Floodgate Trap Hole. The problem is that when they can Contact Fuse face down, because it still counts as a fusion zone. Like you use polymerization to fuse them. That's not the issue because of polymerization. The issue with the fact is they can just Contact Fuse no matter what. And they're just too annoying and busted. And honestly, I don't want Magic Specters to become like a top deck card. And or something like that. But that's the thing, I don't like it. That's why Anti-Spell Fragment is a way better card to be useful. And if people would leave it into 1 and be an insult, I'd rather keep it at least where it is for now. And to see how it is, because it's really helpful a lot. Also, for the fact is, we do want to get Kieran hit to 0, because the truth is Kieran is too much of a busted card that people are sick and tired of it. So, I really do not want to deal with Kieran being around. So, I really cannot stand it. Some other cards that can make a comeback as well. Clayforge Scout should come back to 2. Artifact Mortal to 2. Birdman should be just out of the ban list, period. Mathematician to 2. Pokemon could be a thing. I mean, it depends, but I think Pokemon's just taking its time. So we'll see how that goes. Their Super Rejuvenation to be back to 1. Reason is because Dragon Rulers were the ones that busted this card, but technically it's not much of a Dragon Dex to be useful. So, not Dragoonies, not Heretics, not Chaos Dragons, nothing. So, that's much I can say. Well, for now, that's all I can talk about. Oh, and one more thing. Kaiser Coliseum should really be coming back, because that didn't make any fucking sense at all. I mean, if you want a Rada card, do that. Or leave Stormfort at 1 and then just leave this card back to where it is. I don't know why they do this. But this is my thoughts and theories for the ban list. I know it's not much of a say, but I just want this ban list to not be as stupid as it's always been for the last few lists, because apparently Konami doesn't even seem to care what our theories are. All they care about is just hit one thing, piss us off, and let us spend money to do this one thing and another. Because they just want to find a way to make a card, to make it more similar to this, but better or stupid, and inflatable, so they just make money. That's how they work these off in the ban list. That's why I just don't want that. I want everyone to go ahead and be fair with these lists. And I know a lot of cards don't want cards to get banned, but the truth is sometimes these cards can get annoying. And the worst part is the erratas, which are very technically so stupid. So we can't be approved of it. So anyway, guys, what do you really think of the list I made? But what do you think what your version of the list is? And I want to hear your theories. I want to know why you think these type of cards I mention or what you mention are what makes the list could be better. Alright, let me know then in the comment section below. Get this video a like. Share this to your friends to see it before the ban list comes out. Subscribe if you're new. Like my Facebook page. And this is Fortress Striker, signing off.